Hello, 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 one and all. Greetings and salutations, Johnny Allen. Welcome back to my channel, Supercar Kid, where I torture myself working on cars. Speaking of torture myself, here I am today, gonna be working on the S4. Today, we're gonna be doing, well, first thing I'm gonna do is easy hood strut, so I don't gotta use that anymore, or a baseball bat, which I have down there. I have to do the oil check valve service. Also going to be changing the intake manifold gaskets and the oil valley pan gasket and oil filter housing O-ring and other O-rings over there somewhere. And that's going to require the entire front end to come off, apparently. I didn't know that when I started this, I'll be honest. So I gotta start like taking off the wheels, taking out the headlights, the front bumper, all of that. We gotta get this into, we gotta get this in a service position, because service position is it's like the front end's like out and like leaning forward. It's actually, I think it's like nut and bolt wise, it's not too complicated. There's just like a lot of hoses and a lot of plugs and stuff. That's the whole reason why we gotta take it out, because there's stuff like in the front that we can't even get to. So stupid. The way this design is just so stupid. I try to make it sound simple so I don't scare myself, but in reality I'm terrified. Alright, different day now. So I've taken apart both to the front end of the S4, taking the headlights and the front bumper off. I put the new hood strut in there, so this is holding on fantastically. Now I'm working on, I have to basically get this into service position. So I have to take off the bolts here, there, and the ones in the center there. And I don't know what other bolts. And I know I gotta take off the top radiator hose up there. Should be fun. All this is gonna drain out on the floor. Hopefully this is easy. I really don't know exactly how to do this, but I think it's pretty simple. But okay, I'm gonna do that. Hopefully it works. Hopefully I can figure this out. Yo guys, we're back on the S4. So right now I've been trying to disconnect some vacuum lines, and I'm trying to get off the fuel rail. I got there's 4 10 mils, and that's really the only thing holding this in. So it should just come out. Oh, there we go. There's one. Okay. This would be a good time to change all my O-rings. I did not buy O-rings, so that will be done later. It looks like I just gotta get the rest of the bolts for this intake manifold, and we should be good. So it's should be these star heads all along the perimeter, and this whole thing should just come right out. Alright guys, I got the intake manifold free. Let's see if we can get it out of here. So I think it's hitting right there on the throttle body, the black part. As I'm trying to pull it up, it's just hitting that right away. Front though, it's free, so gotta get the throttle body off, or at least moved, and then we'll be good. Alright, the throttle body came out surprisingly easily. Like, that came out super easy. I just had to detach this thing here, this little guy, which was easy after I took it out of its little hook that exists on top of this line here. But anyways, so this intake manifold should just come out right now, hopefully. Bro. Oh god, this vacuum line cracked. Oh, jeez. Great. Fantastic. I gotta remove a few more things, but I'll get back to you. Alright guys, I got the lower intake manifold off. It's sitting right over there. And now we're looking inside. Everything in our, oh god, this piece of paper in the head right there. I gotta get that out. But everything else looks good in the head here. Save with that piece of paper. But so I'll try to get that stuff out. But then I'm gonna tape up over these, and then we're gonna get to the gaskets, the valve, valley pan gasket, the oil filter housing gasket over there, Then I'm going to get to the oil check valves, which are somewhere in here. I don't really know where. We're going to figure it out together. Alright guys, almost there to pulling off this valley pan. Filter housing out. Here's the gasket we gotta change right there. It doesn't even look that bad, honestly. It wasn't really even leaking at all. So that's actually really good. This wasn't leaking. That's great. Most of the oil burning smell I was smelling from this car is more than likely just from the valve cover gaskets, which by the way I have replacements of. So now that that's out, we should be able to open the valley pan here. There's our valley pan, nice and gross. Alright guys, update with where I'm at. Everything under the intake manifold is all taken care of. I haven't put the fuel rail back on yet. And everything up front is pretty much taken care of. I gotta plug these things back in though still, put these screws in this back in there. But then I'm working on this valve cover gasket now, so taking out the bolts on this isn't that bad. It's really not bad except for this one bolt back there, but I just need a different kind of nut driver to take that out. I gotta find it around here somewhere. I'm freaking drenched in sweat, bro. It's so hot. I'm probably gonna try to maybe put the front back together so I don't need the front end taken apart anymore. I broke a couple things though. I broke this over here, and that goes into this. So I might just be able to just connect it back, but there was a metal bit that went inside the tube that went through there. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I don't know where I put it. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly about that. Hopefully it's okay. I'm gonna just, I guess, just reconnect it and hope it doesn't leak a bunch of coolant out. But yeah, I should be able to put this, you know, back up in regular position. I'm gonna keep on trying to get these valve cover gaskets out though. That'll be the last thing that this thing needs really, and then it's not golden, but it's much better than it was before, that's for sure. Alright guys, it's time. It's time for the valve cover to come off. I was just running around town. Actually, wait, no, it's not time yet. I was just running around town everywhere just trying to find a tool to get that bolt in the corner. I ended up having it in my garage. Everything I did and spent was for no reason. All that time, energy, that gas, all for nothing. Just all for nothing. So it's okay though. It's okay though. Nope. Gotcha. I'll put some more over here. Guy started going down on me. Wait, I didn't say that right. Alright, hose disconnected, valve cover. Be ready to go. Let's see. Alright, there we go. That's the valve cover right there. We're just gonna do these one at a time, one side at a time. I'm not gonna take off both sides. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys a good look. Maybe if any of you are experts, you can tell me if anything looks bad in here. Like, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good as far as I can tell. I know you're supposed to look at, ooh, some grooves in the thing right there. You see that? Oh, jeez. But okay, word. That's off. Gotta take these little guys right here out, and then just gonna put the new one on. Nice and simple, plain and simple. I want to clean this some, but I can't really do that right now, so I'm just not gonna worry about it. We're gonna clean the whole engine when it's time. All right, let's pull this gasket out of here. There we go. Thankfully, this gasket isn't too bad, honestly. Like, it's not like the Beamer's gasket where it was hard as a rock. Alright guys, so I made a lot of progress and a few step backs. So, we got the valve cover back on. Some unfortunate news. I broke a bolt right about there. So, my torque wrench just wasn't like clicking, wasn't doing its thing like it was supposed to, I guess, and it just snapped it. And I should have just backed off the bolt when I knew it was tight, and I didn't, and that was my mistake. But anyways, we got the front end back on, headlights and bumper anyway. There's a few bolts in here I haven't put in yet. I haven't put the fender liners exactly bolted in yet. But the front end is all up here and secure, so that's really good. So I left all this undone because I might have to take this off again to fix that. I might not, we'll see. But I haven't done the other side, so I still gotta do the other side. I'll do that tomorrow. And hopefully not break any bolts on that side. Yo guys, I'm back. It's the next day. This is all taken care of. I just released all the bolts. I had to take out the dipstick to get to this one bolt like right over here, but I was able to just snake like right beside the dipstick tube and take it out. I had heard that you need to take out the dipstick tube. I didn't. Didn't seem like I had to. So I just didn't, and it seemed to be okay. I got all the bolts loose, so now I just gotta get a flat head and get this thing opened up. Okay, plastic pry tool instead. Get to the bottom of it, so just gotta pull it all around. Oh, I forgot about this hose right here. This is grab and twist. Break it loose, comes right off. Be a-okay. Come on out and play. There we go. There we go, guys. Y'all can see inside the engine again. This thing looks pretty good. I don't think I have replacements for whatever this is. There was one of these in the other side too. It didn't come with a replacement for that, so I'm just gonna not mess with it. Not even sure what that goes to, honestly. Something for like the baffling, but should be fine. Very good looking in here. Time to commence with the rest of it. Yo guys, I'm back working on the S4. Oh yeah, why I'm still working on the S4. Oh yeah, I think I already told you guys about the pressure, the oil pressure warning and all that stuff. I think I told you about that, right? Well, I think I figured out why. That tube going to the oil pan in there, I think the clamp on that is just not tight enough. And so it's causing a drop in oil pressure and probably filling the area in there with freaking oil. So that means I'm going to be taking apart all of this all over again. So much fun. I got this little tool, though, from Lowe's that helps out with that little corner bolt in the back of the valve cover. I took off this valve cover and retightened it. I bought what I thought was one bolt online. One of these valve cover bolts after I broke one, which I also kind of like made that kind of flare out from the pressure, but it should be okay. It should be okay. It's fine. It's fine. You know, I bought what I thought was one bolt for $10. It turned out to be 15 bolts. I should have bought 2 packs so I could have replaced all these because they have new like O-rings on them. First, gotta remove the bumper, headlights, and tilt this whole thing forward. I believe my culprit has been this line right here when I put this back on. I don't think this was on tight enough. I don't think that's good enough connection. So we're gonna fix that and then put it all back basically. Yo guys, so oh, my buddy Justin's here. He's stopping by. Hello. So I got this all, I mean, not all put back together again, but it's the intake is back together. I still gotta fix this vacuum line. It's still kind of messed up. I'm probably just gonna put some more tape over it. The only things left to go back on, I gotta put the fuel roll back on, put the wires back in, all that stuff, put this forward, plug in the radiator again, and that should be enough for a startup. Warm it up, rev it, see if we get and the coil packs, and see if we get an oil pressure light. And really hope we don't, because when I grabbed that hose down there, it just moved. Like, it didn't have any tightness at all. So hopefully that, plus those other bolts that weren't tightened down. I mean, it's not that complicated of a system, so I feel like we'll just see. I'll just shut up and we'll just see. Alright. Yo guys, so S4 is running. We had an issue before last night that made me just stop. I kind of didn't want to tell you guys, but I figured screw it, I'll just tell you. When I would start the car, or like at some point, like literally like the engine would just rev all the way up, like to the moon, like to red line, and I had to quickly like shut the car off like so fast, like, and like it would do it like on startup, on a fucking startup, bro, on a cold engine, on a S4, dude. Like, oh my god, that's so bad. So I think it's okay. Yeah, I figured out the pedal was just getting stuck on the floor mat. I didn't even notice. You gotta watch these Audi floor mats, bro. Make sure your shit is buttoned up. Excuse the messiness that this is. Make sure your shit is in those buttons, bro, because that shit could blow your engine. Who knew? Floor mats could blow your engine like that. Thankfully it didn't so far. Engine sounds good and is running really good. So hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully I don't get a oil pressure warning light again. I'm gonna let it warm up, then we'll see what happens. Alright guys, after fighting that oil pressure light for so long, I figured it out. I think we got him. It's very simple. I just checked out the oil pressure sensor. I was gonna look at it, because apparently when it gets really oily it can block the signal and cause oil pressure light. Well, mine was dry. Also, it's not plugged in. Or it wasn't, now it is. But you can see it just a little bit, that little black plug right there, right by that vacuum line. It just was not plugged in. It was just unplugged. I don't even know when that got unplugged. Dude, I am shook. I am shook. I also fixed this, by the way, with some stuff from the Advanced Auto. And I'm gonna put these all back together, put all this back together. I lost this clamp underneath the intake manifold. Fantastic. That's just gonna sit there till probably forever, not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna put it all back together. Start it up. See how she runs. Runs good. Might have some time. I think I have time today. Could reassemble it. Try driving it. Yo guys, so I've been driving the S4 for the last day. She's been driving great. No oil pressure lights. Drives actually smoother. It feels a lot smoother than it was. Wanted to check on that coolant line over there that I broke. It doesn't look like it's leaking, so that's great. Looks like this car's all fixed. All fixed. As always, boys, if you appreciate the vibes, please do leave a subscribe. If you'd like, maybe leave a like. I don't know. Turn the light on so you can see my dark ass. But, oh shit, my light's going out. God damn, I only got one and the other one's not even working. Until the next stream, though, boys. Until the next stream. Deuces.